Hi, welcome to Merch Money. We have Fernando back. We just talked to you, right? I guess it was a 2-year anniversary you were on, and then we had you on before that. So
Yes, I mean it was. I mean, pretty much you had me, but Jacob talking pretty much talked for me the whole 10 minutes that it was my turn. So
I'm so sorry.
I was I was more for decoration purposes and happy birthday, but yeah, I was there briefly.
Well, thank you for being there, and thank you for coming back. There was so much that we wanted to talk to you about, so I'm so glad that you were able to come on today because I don't remember when it was, but it was before the coronavirus that we were talking about having you on the show, and then now this whole thing happened, and I can't even imagine like how much that's changed your plans.
It has changed a lot. I mean, when we scheduled that day, I mean, we were looking into having a whole different conversation today.
Yeah.
We were not going to be talking to the man. We're going to be talking about going into different realms, and things happen. We are back
Yeah.
to ground zero. Right now, that ground zero is actually making lots of money for a lot of people. Those stimulus checks are trying to get into people's accounts, and they
Yes.
want to spend them
Yes.
fast because they want to know.
Yes. Well, let's just briefly talk about what we were going to talk about, and then we'll switch gears to Etsy because Etsy is what's doing so well right now. But prior to that, you had been thinking
Better than Merch by Amazon. I can tell you that much.
well, Merch by Amazon is not doing anything, so
I saw something yesterday.
that's true. You did post that. I checked right when I saw that post, and I didn't see anything on mine. I did sell some in Germany and UK, so I was happy about that.
Yeah. Okay, sorry for interrupting.
But anyway, so you have been thinking about starting a retail store. So first, did that happen? Is it still in the plans? Did you decide not to do that? What's the status on all of that?
Well, it's very much in the plans. I mean, it's just going to take a slower turn, to build it, which actually wasn't a bad idea, right? A bad thing to happen, to be honest with you. When I was already looking for a place, I already had chosen that specific place, and I still think it's going to be the place where I'm going to open. And we were close to, sign the contract when we started seeing, some things happening, and we started getting our hiccups, and and then my realtor started saying, I don't really want to go outside right now. So it started getting to a point that it was like difficult to schedule the meeting to actually go and read the contract, that we didn't get to do it. So later on, we noticed that we hadn't really planned very well the employee situation, where I'm like, okay, how many employees do I really need? So we started going to the small businesses. We've been working with the Small Business Administration for during the whole quarantine. They are open still through email. So we've been building a good business plan. We have been analyzing the industry's numbers, and we see that it's actually a very profitable industry. But we were able to say, okay, we need to have employees. So at the same time, Sears went under. So I was about to buy all the furnishing for the store, brand new from different warehouses, and then Sears is like, we're all out of business, and was able to buy about 90% of the. The only thing I don't have right now is the checkout desk, some glass displays where I can put some toys, the special red collectibles that you want to keep, only on display, that you don't want people to touch.
Yeah.
And so instead of spending about $8,000 on furniture that we were already budgeting for, I ended up spending about $1,500. So of course I have to go on mount everything from the walls and put in Juho, and all these places where you can actually store stuff is closed, so because they're not considered essential.
Yeah.
So right now I have my garage and my mother-in-law's garage. Well, she's passed, but her old house garage full of furniture. But it is what it is, right? So
that's great that you've still been working on it though. And I love that you went to the Small Business Administration, because I've done that too, especially right in the beginning when I was thinking about starting a business. But I don't know how many people do that. Did you do that just for this store, or have you gone to them before for for
I
any of your other
went a long
businesses?
time ago when I was in wholesale for produce. My family was in
Hmm.
wholesale produce, and we went through them. And at the time, we didn't qualify because it was something else going on.
Hmm.
And I completely honestly forgot about it.
Yeah.
I mean, um, I used to honestly do research for the small business administration when I was considering my getting my PhD in marketing, and so I was very connected. But at some point, I completely forgot they existed.
Hmm.
And then when people started saying, "Hey, the small business," I'm like, "Oh, there's such thing." So I contacted them right away, and he was like, "Well, nobody's working with us right now. We are free to talk because everybody is contacting for a check, but nobody
Yeah.
is contacting them to start a business."
That's a very good point to bring up. All of us, not all of, I mean, probably most people won't do it, but you should think about it. Contact the Small Business Administration.
I mean, to be honest, a business plan, they gave me this outline, which is
Uh-huh.
literally 20 pages. And it
Wow.
asks a lot of questions, about your business that you don't think about.
Yeah.
So, having
I kind of want to do that myself.
cash flow projections and having to do like how you want to why you want to go in through LLC partnership, corporation and stuff like that. So you have to analyze your competitors. You can analyze a lot of stuff. So we now we went ahead and I mean I know my competitors because I'm a gamer. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. I probably need to take a step back. The store that I am opening
Yeah.
is a retail store where I plan to sell game boards and toys, and it's gonna have a cafe, for people to play in the place. So at the same, we will have a lot of clothing and a lot of different areas, but targeting that specific market. But and that store is gonna have it's gonna be a unique Shopify store launch for that. So that store is more like a storefront for the online store business, because a lot of these companies they offer you wholesale for website, but they give you smaller margins. But if you have a brick and mortar, they give you a steeper discount,
Wow.
and also they give you a lot of exclusives that they wouldn't sell for online businesses.
Hmm.
And on some of these businesses will not allow you to sell on, for example, on Amazon or eBay at all, unless you have a brick and mortar, because now you prove them that you are actually a legit business. So they don't sell
Hmm.
you these products. So the margins for me are bigger if I open the store. So the store, and at the same time, I have always wanted. This is like a life dream of mine to actually have a game store. I love playing games and stuff like that. So to me, was the right time to do it.
Hmm.
And so at the same time, it is a great way for me to incorporate my print on demand business in my website, because when you have a hook that you drive people to your store to buy a brand, and
Uh-huh.
then they see that they can actually buy other print on demand customizable products that are not necessarily on brand, but they find interesting for their niche, is a lot easier to do. It's a lot
Yeah.
it's a lot cheaper to drive traffic to somebody to buy Catan or Monopoly, to your website, and then to drive somebody to say, "Hey, look at this ugly shirt on Facebook, come buy it." And once they're in the store and they're looking for what to add to the cart, they may stumble upon a premium demand product. So I wanted to incorporate something that a way that it will make it more profitable and for easier marketing technique, because emails accrue, because I will get getting emails every time somebody goes to the store. They will sign up every time they get to the rewards program in the store. I get an email, and those are immediately retargeted customers that I can send through my Facebook ad campaigns. So it's all about a circle, on marketing. I started realizing that my competitors, with the exception of one, don't do online. All they do is eBay to sell, their Pokemon cards they couldn't sell. But they don't sell. They don't have a Shopify store. They don't have a standalone store. Less alone, any type of marketing campaign. Their Facebook pages are pretty much empty. These guys are no marketing geniuses. So, are not considering marketing as something. So, the other company one of the five competitors that I identify only has an Amazon store, has an eBay store, but they don't. In the website they have, you can purchase there, but it's more like the staple products, like
Mm.
the main products. I mean, the staple is like, like the ones that you have to carry all the time,
Yeah.
but it's not a website that is automating, with what goes and goes out of your inventory. So I noticed that it was
Mm.
a big area opportunity, and then I started noticing that a few of these websites actually have, pixels, Facebook pixels,
Uh-huh.
and which they're amazing for me because now I can go and run an ad saying, hey, anybody who has to go to this website, target him up with my store, ad, and I can actually start targeting all the competitors' customers that go to the website. I can actually start getting them into my store. So, but I went on a review. They're not running ads. They have a pixel probably because whoever building the website probably thought it was a good idea to give them a pixel, but they don't know what they're doing with it. So I saw a big opportunity saying, okay, I can take my marketing background now in e-commerce and bring it into retail and completely have an advantage. Not that I'm saying that I'm going to destroy the competition because the competition has way more experience than me doing retail,
Mm-hmm.
but I have an experience that they don't have. And to me, that was a big, big, the why I should do that. It's like, okay, there's
Yeah.
an advantage that I should go into that market. And it's been a very interesting. My wife and kids are super excited about it. We know we already have quite a few amount of vendors. Funko already told us we could have an exclusive for our store for the launch. We talked to Beanie Babies. We talked to Hello Kitty. We talked about a lot of the different stores that that companies that do deliver for this type of stores. We already have all those accounts set in place. Yeah,
Wow.
we have a couple of ones that said we will give you like a bio world. It says yes, you have everything in place, but we need to see pictures of your actual brick and mortar business, and then we can give you. Bio world is you go to Hot Topic and you go and look at all the apparel. About
Uh-huh.
half the apparel is bio world. So
Mm.
that is like they say yes, just show us picture that you have a your brick and mortar business, and we will give you a wholesale account. So all these little accounts,
Wow.
it's happening little by little. So, I mean,
I love it. You're tying in all of the knowledge that you've built over the years because you've done FBA, you've done wholesale, right? On Amazon
never
somewhat.
done wholesale in Amazon. I had done wholesale as as a family business.
Oh,
I
okay.
never, but I was the wholesaler. I was the one that
Oh,
actually wholesale. I never bought wholesale.
you've
Uh,
done print on demand, and then you're tying it all together. Marketing, Facebook, you've done everything. So it's really cool to think of putting it all together. I never, until you said it the last time I talked to you, I never really had thought about that of needing a brick and mortar to attract the name brand products that you want to get in your store. And then from there, driving the traffic to the website. I think that's a great idea.
I don't know if it's a great idea or no, but I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it was like a way to scale my business. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting any younger. My knee's starting to hurt. I have bad meniscus. For me to be doing merchant fulfilled and me having to go and do retail arbitrage for my business and stuff like that, it's exhausting me now. It's
Yeah.
like I don't like doing that anymore. I go when I know there is a good sale, like for Lego and stuff like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still a big Lego seller, but even though last year wasn't that great for Lego, but I still believe in Lego. But now I no longer go to every single clearance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so my FBA, my FBA business was started to decrease a little bit because of me not going to outsource. I I am not very big on online arbitrage, so I mean to
Mm-hmm.
me it's like yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't fun. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. Going online arbitrage. So I was like, okay, what I need to evolve and print on demand. It's good. It's been a very solid part of my business. But I also like toys and I also like games. And for
Mm-hmm.
me to have a passion doing my business, it has to be something that completely resonates with me. And you selling a shirt for somebody that is not me, it's profitable, but it's not fulfilling. So
Mm.
I had to do something that that can do that. Uh,
Yeah.
it's like for example, right when I was starting doing FBA and FBA and merchant fulfillment, and all that stuff. before print on demand came, I was starting to get really bored working by myself. I mean, you just completely focus, and then Chris Green invited me to be part of his community and stuff like that, and he asked me, about Amazon Custom, and I started getting in a group, and that's when I realized that I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy doing that. So it was more of an evolution for me to say I need to have interaction with people, teaching them something, because every time I was in corporate, I always train people, and when I was in high school, I was always involved, in teaching catechism and stuff like that, and in youth growth, and always having like somebody under my wing. When I was in college, I even considered going into my PhD. Then I realized that I wanted something else, but and kind of regretted not doing it. But it was because I wanted to become a university professor. It's something that I have always liked. So and that fulfilled that area. And now I'm saying, okay, this whole education is growing, this whole business is growing, and I said, but I still have my nerd part that is not being fulfilled, right? I mean, my kids grew to that age that they now enjoy my games. They now enjoy, going with me autograph hunting. That they now enjoy, playing with, the toys that I used to like. And it's the perfect time for me to say, hey, let's open a business that completely encompass everything that I'm passionate about, and at the same time involve the whole family. And that has been why we're doing this.
I love that, and you're right. The whole family can be involved with the actual store. Well, we will definitely you have to keep us updated on how that goes. And do you have an idea of when you'll be able to open, or you have to wait for this whole thing to pass by? I guess
we were supposed to be opening around May 15, and now I have no idea because first of all, it's not essential.
Right, exactly. So speaking of that, do you live near the merch factory or print on demand center?
In Dallas.
Okay.
That's in I forgot what city it is. Plain something. That is Cassie is the one that lives like 5 minutes from her.
Oh, okay. Do you have any prediction of when you think that'll come back, or you have no idea? Nobody knows.
Who knows? Because this specific district is very liberal. So that that it's usually does take a little long. They're more cautious than the conservative side. Conservative side wants to go back to business,
right?
Which the Houston area is more towards opening. We are the capital of the oil industry, and oil industry right now is collapsing. So the oil and gas companies want to go back to business like right away. So it was the first day in history that the oil is actually negative price.
I saw that and I was like, is this real life?
So I mean, 80% of my friends here in Houston work for either for the oil and gas or for the medical field, because Houston is also the capital of cancer hospitals, and I mean we have more hospitals in Houston than probably New York and Massachusetts and Houston are the top 3 states that have the most medical field, and so everybody's like, we need to get back to work. So Dallas is more towards technology and artistic, so they are not really that much in a rush. So I don't really know.
Yeah. Has there been a lot of cases in Texas? I'm not sure. Like my town, there's quite a few, but I don't know.
Probably a couple of hundred here in the metropolitan area.
But it's not like a hotspot area.
Honestly, it's about 20 dead or something like that. And honestly, I don't know a single person that has got the COVID, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we were 85 Fahrenheit just a few days ago. I don't know how hot we are right now, but
I think it varies so much across the country. Like New York and New Jersey got it so much worse. So
we're 85 right now, and it's 7:30. So
yeah.
So I mean, it's a whole different weather for us right now, and the viruses usually don't do well in hot weather. So
yeah,
we don't know. We have no history on this one, so we don't know exactly how it's going to react or how it's going to evolve. But yeah, I mean, right now, I don't know. So I'm expecting probably someone in July or August.
Oh gosh, hopefully soon. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how it all goes. Hopefully, the cases just keep getting less and less, hopefully. But all right, so we talked about your store. You got to keep us updated. I'm excited for whenever you
I'll let you know.
launch. Congratulations on getting that business plan and everything. And guys, I think that really is a tip to go to the Small Business Administration. I really enjoyed it. I went I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, and it really helped me learn about like the difference between LLC and S Corp and all the different things. So especially if you're first starting, I think that's a great thing. And then also when you're ready for the next step, like Fernando's jumping into opening an actual physical location, you'd want to go back anytime you're learning something new. Go back. They have all kinds of programs, all kinds of grants, all kinds of stuff.
The grants is difficult, to be honest with you. I mean, if you have great credit and you have collateral, it will be a lot easier to go to a personal bank. They don't give loans; they only guarantee a loan, and they charge you for a fee for the guarantee. It's like when you buy a mortgage and you don't give the 30% down, you have to have primary mortgage insurance on top of your mortgage. When the small business guarantee a loan and you don't have the collateral or the credit, they add that insurance on top of that. So the monthly payment starts getting a little higher, the interest rate gets a little higher. So it's a little misconception about these SBA loans kind of deal. They are not as cheap as they may sound, but still it's better than not having some credit to open a business. So because we did explore that option and we were like, then why do we need you?
Well, thank you. Yeah, I didn't know all the details. I've never tried to apply to one of those, but
yeah.
Well, so in the meantime, while this is on pause, you've been working on Etsy, and Etsy is, unlike merch, Etsy is open. And how's it going?
I mean, I have said, right, you don't have a business with merch. And today it's it's kind of like saying, Fernando, you were right. Merch is not a business. You're on the mercy of of them. And what a way to prove it, right? I mean, it's been more than 30 days since most people haven't got absolutely no sales. And it's pretty bad. I mean, even though for some reason there are some listings in PopSockets open, the delivery dates are like in some cases are July 20 something, but they're here and there selling. I have just spoken to a couple of people and they've been getting sales on merch here and there for PopSockets only. But Etsy, it's in a whole different page. I mean, I know a lot of people have the whole Printful closing the factories here in the United States, stuff like that, but they still shipping from Mexico and United Kingdom. Now, United Kingdom is not the best option, but Mexico, I hear that they are actually I just read a thread right now on the Printful Insiders that actually is the factories in the border, so they cross the product every day and they ship from the United States. So they're still being able to supply a good amount. And now you were doing custom CAD or you were doing another print the Memphis company, you are out of luck, right? But Printful, Shinons, T-Launch, all these companies are still pretty much functioning. So production, they are taking their safety net, saying, hey, we may take longer to deliver because they don't want to have the social distancing is forcing them to have not as many employees inside the factory as they should in full production mode. So some companies are saying, hey, the cutout date actually I think for T-Launch is tomorrow, I think, for Mother's Day, because of the same situation. But others are just completely functioning. So Etsy is on fire right now. I mean, and especially right now that and you can see from the last 2-3 days that people are getting their checks, and you can see use the purchasing. Now you have to understand that even though you hear all the bad news about a lot of people losing their jobs and a lot of people going to unemployment and etc., and I don't know what else. Yeah. A lot of states didn't go into lockdown, and a lot of states didn't have any unemployment. Now they may have reduced some staff at some level because they need to have a full staff, but there are some states that are still completely functioning, while others is still working from home. So even if many lost their temporary jobs because, for example, my sister told everybody you're gonna have to go home, and get an employment for now, but they have a guaranteed job when they come back. So a lot of these guys know that this is not gonna last forever, and so they will. Some of these people have guaranteed jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go back, but most people have still an intact income, and they're not spending on gasoline. They're not spending
No.
on lunch. They're not spending on dry cleaners. They're not spending on restaurants every day. They're not spending on absolutely nothing, not even
Yeah.
haircuts. So they have more cash flow today than they ever had in some cases, and they are bored.
Yeah.
So you have there's two types of people right now in the United States and probably in the world. There's the bored people and the paranoia people. The people
Mm.
that are buying anything they can to protect themselves against the buyers, and the people that are just completely bored and will buy whatever it is just to be satisfied. And it's a lot of those. So with Amazon limiting FBA, and MF in merchant fulfill not being very friendly to do print on demand products because of the production times that they expect on Amazon. Even though they let you do 7-10 days, Amazon buyers are not used to waiting.
Mm.
They want it now, just because it's the behavior that they have learned when they go to Amazon is that I can get it fast. So hey, Monty's alive.
Oh, Monty. Yeah, I haven't seen Monty in a long time. How are you? And
So
might as well say hi to everybody. Mario and Teresa, thank you guys all for
well,
being here.
so so people are not listing on Amazon because you have to tell people that it may take 20 days to deliver, and so Amazon is not that great for merchant fulfill, print on demand product. Because you don't know also if this print on demand company is going to go into lockdown or whatever, and Amazon is not very flexible on accepting. You sold, you deliver, right? And you start canceling, they get on you for doing that. So that is leaving Etsy right now as the best marketplace to buy things like that. And it's being seen. It's I've been getting the screenshots from people taking my course and my mastermind almost every day, saying another record day, another record day. I had another person was in my mastermind says I just had a $6,000 week in Etsy.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, another
That's
one
pretty good.
saying $1,000, another one $1,200, another one
Hey,
$700.
Christine.
It's just everywhere that you talk, people are having record days. Is better right now than Q4.
Yeah.
It's because you have Mother's Day coming, so it's like the perfect storm right now. The Mother's Day is coming. People are desperately trying to find a gift for mom because being honest, 95% of us are not going to be able to see our moms this year for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Because either because we have to protect our mom from getting sick, or because mom doesn't want to see us. If that's the case of my mom, she actually don't want to see us. She's diabetic with high blood pressure.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
She doesn't want anybody to go visit her right now, only to bring her food, and that's it. So we're not gonna see her. So what is the next thing? You have to send her a gift, right? Some way. And there's a lot of birthdays going on they're being fulfilled by mail carrier, because I am not gonna go to my sister's birthday. I'm gonna send her something from the internet. So it's a lot of get wells. It's a lot of things going on, and a lot of bored people. So Etsy is on fire. It's selling pretty much anything you put on there. Of course, it has to be quality, price, and good delivery times, right? Of course, the whole formula. Yeah. Not because this is no merch. You don't design crappy designs, and they don't sell on Etsy, right? But all the formula, right? Good mock-ups, good listing, good tags, good everything, good marketing, and it's generating good sales.
Yeah, guys, everybody who's watching, are you on Etsy right now? Put in the comments if you're already on Etsy, or if you want to learn Etsy, and let us know how you're doing. How are your sales going on Etsy? That's the one thing I really like about print on demand. There's so many options. Like when one thing goes down, then you can focus on something else. Let's see, Christine joined, and then Teresa saying, I have to remember that not everyone is as broke as I am and are shopping. Aw, Teresa.
Come on, Teresa.
I feel the same way, Teresa. Oh my gosh, I was way too reliant on merch. So I am hurting as well. Sherry, what is selling now? How about digital products selling on Etsy? Do you do digital products? Do you do like printables and things?
To be honest, I do in one store. Every single design that never made a sale, I make it a digital file and I ended up selling it somehow. So I recycle my designs that I didn't sell well on merch or didn't sell well on any other platform. I just list them and people buy them for their own personal for like $2-3 at a time. And that is like a residual income, right? I mean, I at least recovered some of my fees. I don't focus entirely on digital. We do. My wife has a digital store on Teachers Pay Teacher, and we are looking into going into one with Amazon. But we have been, it hasn't been in top of our priority list. But digital, it's good on Etsy. I mean, I probably buy more digital products on Etsy than I actually buy physical. I buy a lot of mock-ups from Etsy. I buy a lot of different SVG files for the Cricuts and stuff like that. They're very good suppliers. They are a very affordable price. So I spend a lot of time on Etsy for that purpose. So yeah, you're into digital. You know how to do all that. They sell. I mean, there is a lot of people that actually survive, make a very good living you selling mock-ups.
Yeah. Sue is saying that her sales are on fire. Awesome. Christine saying sales have been great. Juna on Etsy selling shirts with Printful, selling a bunch. I'm on Etsy 3 shops and I'm making sales. Awesome, Teresa.
Nobody's making me look bad. Everybody's agreeing with me. Awesome.
Yay, that's awesome.
Everybody told me we're not selling shit. But yeah, I mean, it's great right now, and it's actually a great time to test products, right? I mean, how many times we're like, we don't have enough time, and I don't know what to do. Today, I listed sandals for the first time ever. I had like a couple hours, and I had gone and done some of those gaiters, and I'm like, okay, it's the same file for the gaiters that is for the sandals, and I'm like, may as well just try them. I don't know, maybe they will sell. Then I started looking into sports bras, and I'm like, hey, maybe too. So I mean, I am selling, and I'm getting money for fees, and I'm like, hey, let's try them. It's let's create 20 and let's put up a couple of dollars in advertisement and see how they do, and if they do good, they add more, right? It's pretty much the best way to test. I mean, I had 20, add them $10 at something sells, if it's gonna sell, add more and more and more and more and more, and it's what you gotta do.
Yep. Well, good stuff. That's one thing with entrepreneurs is like, they're so good at pivoting, which is something that I still need to get better with. But I like how, like, you had a plan, you had a mission that you were going to open a retail store, and then now you're just switching right to Etsy and focusing on that. I think that's one really important trait that successful entrepreneurs have, is they're very easily able to pivot and just take advantage of whatever is going well.
Well, you had 2 choices when the whole market went down, right?
Yeah.
You could lick your wounds and and be a product of society, saying, "Oh my God, everybody look at me, I'm broke and I'm crying." I mean, to be honest, a lot of things happened in my, to me. I mean, my FBA business is completely shut.
Yeah, because it was so much all at once.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot send absolutely no product there. I have a lot of product here that I could ship, but I don't have the boxes because the box company where I used to buy them locally, it's not considered essential. So I cannot sell anything from home either because I don't have boxes to sell individual products. My Shopify store for 2-3 weeks didn't do nothing. It's starting to get momentum right now. I mean, the coaching and on all the courses for the first 3 weeks, I didn't see absolutely nothing because people were more paranoid about saving money than selling anything. So,
Right.
I mean, I could say the business was going down, but I said, okay, it's not what I'm going to do. I have been on online business since 1998,
Yeah.
and I have been in business, with my family since I was a kid, and I know there's bad and good. And one thing we have learned is that when the economy goes down, you either go down with it and never recover, you ride the wave and you survive it, or you race and become and get out as stronger than you actually went in. So you have the choice of which one you want to be. The internet offers so many solutions for you to do. I mean, one thing I decided to do is to do the One Fallen Away challenge. I joined it, which started in April, about 2 weeks ago. Started with the pre-deal, and right now it's going with the One Fallen Away challenge. I started to do it. I went and bought the group funnels course from Arne Giesky. I went and bought it. I said, so I'm taking right now. I'm taking 2 courses. I decided to start doing cleaning and removing everything else, and decided, hey, let's go and do it. I also went and learned. I'm taking another course from Chris Blair on funnels for Shopify stores, and that is also what I'm doing. So it's about looking for the opportunity, and there is plenty. You just have to know where to look and where to not be afraid. I mean, yes, some of these are going to cost you money, and some of this will actually never be recovered. But you have to invest to find that winner that's going to get everything back and more. And that is how a business works. I mean, you want to do everything when the times are rough and you want to do everything for free. You are not going to recover very fast because the information you're going to get is probably going to be good, but it's going to take a lot of time to implement. And that is going to be, and you're going to miss the opportunity that right now is in front of you. So right now is the best time. I mean, I said, you know what? It's the perfect time, for example, to shut down my group. I mean, I have 3,000 plus members.
That was a big step you did too.
I'm like, okay, it's the perfect time. Everybody's paying attention in Facebook. Everybody's here focused. Kill my group, and I started a brand new one. And engagement is back and it's starting to recover. And I don't have the 3,000 members I had, but I said, this is the best time. It's time to get him back into the funnel, get him back into, getting to get my content, getting to understand, what I'm about. And it's about changing and adapting and saying, out of the old, in with the new. I mean, it's a great opportunity to build a business right now. And really decide what you want to do. It's what you really need to focus on.
Amazing. I feel like I'm going to listen to that over again, that little speech right there. That was really good. And thank you, Teresa. She's saying everybody to give a thumbs up. She's always so nice because somehow that's just I never remember to say that. So
I never remember that either.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And there is a lot of thumbs up. A lot of people are giving you a thumbs up. So thank you for that. And guys, if you're not in Fernando's new group, make sure you join it. I put the link in the YouTube description. I don't know if I put it on the Facebook one, but the YouTube one, I think I did. And also I linked his course in case you're not doing Etsy yet, or you are, but you want to get better with it. His course is there, and he gave us a nice discount code. So that was nice. Merch Money 80. Does that mean $80? $80 off. Oh my God.
That would be too much.
What?
Yeah, 80% would be high, too much.
$80 off. That is very generous. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you. I mean, I didn't come here to talk about the course, but it was more about what is going on right now in the world. So
yeah, I just love the pivot story, and just like what you said about how you could actually grow a business now, like instead of just trying to survive, like really try to thrive and find a way.
I mean, it's like you can keep moving forward, right? But it's like a very cliche phrase, because you cannot really move forward all the time. you will bounce against walls, and sometimes you gotta take quite a lot of steps back to actually look at the size of the wall and say, oh, okay, that wall is huge. And you can say, okay, I want to climb it or I want to go around it. Because also when you see, when you take a steps back, you can see how tall it is, but you can also see how wide. And so a lot of people will try to take a lot of time to climb it when all you have to do is go around and then keep on going. And right now we're in this situation that we honestly should be going around and looking for new opportunity, because if we're waiting for merch to come open these doors and we are looking for all these whatever we were doing, um, it's not going to be back as normal for those business. All these listings that got deactivated, your rank is gone. Okay, so I mean, and I'm trying to be a pessimist, but it's not the first time that Amazon shuts down the listings. They did it around 2016, when they temporarily locked a lot of listings because they couldn't keep up with production, and when they came back, they were dead because they had lost all the rankings. And I mean, other products are still selling in Amazon. They're still getting in rank. Your products are forgotten. The longer it goes, the longer they won't come back. So some of them may actually, some probably a product that you never made a sale of will be the first one you actually make a sell out of, and that's probably the one that's going to take off. And the one that was your bestseller, probably nobody's ever going to see it again unless you reload it and stuff like that. So business is going to change, so. And a lot of those probably already got copied because there's a bunch of tools and they already had people had enough time to create a bunch of different deals. So, I mean, right now it's probably the best time to start thinking about your business about, okay, I need to own it. I need to own my business. I mean, yes, you own the design, but right now it's something that I have been saying for 2-3 years. In Amazon, you don't have control of your business. They own it. They own the customers. They own absolutely everything. And right now, they prove it to you in a silver platter. They said, your customers are not yours. They're not ours. And we are not going to sell them to them right now because we believe in the safety of our people. And you were left in complete darkness. So if you had already had a Shopify store or an Etsy store and you were getting emails and you were getting, the information from your customers, you won't be struggling right now if you know how to do the marketing well and how to retarget them, how to send them emails, how to say, hey, we have this special offer going on in our stores. Yeah, I mean, just look at your emails. You're getting bombarded right now because they know that they are right now. The war is in the email world. They have to email you because they want to remind you that you purchased from them at some point and they haven't forgotten about you and they were willing to give you some discount. And if you were doing that, you should be doing that as well. But because you were getting, the affiliate, the royalties and stuff like that from your customers, you probably don't have nothing right now. So this should be a lesson to a lot of people to say, we need to go to Etsy. We need to start getting those emails from the customer because Etsy allows you to get them. It's perfectly, I mean, you have to have an autoresponder integrated so the autoresponder gets the information.
When you talk about that on the course, how to do all that? Yeah. Yeah. That's.
Yeah, you can actually get them into your funnel from your from your landing page inside your Etsy store. You can actually get them into your funnel. They don't mind. The only rule is that you have an email, you have to send them back to that store. You can say, okay, now I have your email. Now I'm going to take you to my Shopify store. If they catch you, they can actually shut you down. I don't know how they could actually catch you, but but unless they are sending fake emails, where they're tracking. But I mean, it's there right now. It's a lot of opportunity.
Love it, guys. This is good stuff. Loretta's saying good insight. I agree. This is why, like, your experience, like times like this, you need the people that have been around the block a lot of times. You've been through a lot of these downturns, right? 2008 and ones before that. I mean,
I'm not that old, but yes.
But well, you said since '98 you've been selling online, so. But yeah, it's I feel like everyone you go through, you get a little stronger and learn a little more and do a little better the next time around.
I was doing, eBay during, the 9/11. So, and I have gone through a few elections and stuff like that. So yeah, I have been through the ups and downs, and I know you have to adapt. Even though I did, corporate for, from 2003 all the way to 2014, I always did some level of, e-commerce on the side. I just like it. It's something that I never felt, completely. Even though I love my career and I love, corporate. I didn't like corporate. I like what I did on corporate. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But it's something I don't miss it at all.
Yeah.
But you have to adapt. I mean, and everybody says like, well, you have a lot of, stability if you're getting a paycheck. No, you don't. It's a lot of uncertainty as well. You get fired, you get demoted, you get laid off all the time. Those times where companies have loyalty to their employees, where they will hire you out of college and they will retire you at old age, it's no longer exist. Those companies are gone. Now it's about the profit, the stock market, and they say, hey, we need to cut cost. The first to go is the employee. So why? I mean, I don't know why people believe that they have some stability, with a paycheck when you don't really have it. Yes, you get better insurance than we do. That's true. I have a very crappy insurance for me, but I do have it, and it's affordable.
Yeah. Well, guys, before we let Fernando go, what questions do you have? Do you have any questions about Etsy? Any questions about pivoting to something new? Any questions about his course? Anything you got? We're so happy to have you on again. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Anytime. I like talking.
Yeah. I think the Facebook ads and funnels and all that stuff, I need to hurry up and learn that. For some reason, I don't know why, like I can't get myself to I think I know it. It's just, I haven't really implemented it that well. So
to me, the most difficult thing about a funnel, the funnel is simple. I mean, I can create any funnel you want. But the most difficult thing in a funnel that I still haven't mastered is the copy. Get to the point with X amount of words, and to the way that you can convince the customer that this is what they want and need. It's the most difficult thing to write in a funnel. That is the whole difference on somebody being successful. If somebody's a good writer and a good marketer, that is the formula to success. And that's why some people that are very good at marketing, they actually partner with some people to write those funnels, because it is not an easy thing.
Yeah. Jacob, you guys were on at the same time. I would like to know about his adventures in buying what are you saying? Mexican POD?
I wasn't buying Mexican POD. I was asking if anybody knew when the thing is, I was looking precisely for those sandal. It was sandal. No, it was actually sports bras, and the sports bras they were shipped from Mexico. Printful doesn't have in the United States. They have it in Europe, and they have it in Mexico. So I was reading the terms and conditions about shipping, and it says that shipping is $3.99. But in terms and conditions, they were saying that if you were to buy from a different country, you will have to pay for the conversions of the currency that you were buying from. But it had nothing about what is the cost of shipping, and stuff like that. So I asked in my group if anybody knew how they manage those shippings, and because if it was $3.99, I wanted to make sure that from the Mexico was $3.99. Since somebody pointed me to go to the Printful group, and actually because somebody was actually asking the same thing, and they said no, we actually crossed the border with them, and they would ship it from the United States, so it's $3.99. And I'm like, okay, so that's what I decided to. Yes, I'm gonna list those sports bras, but no, I'm not buying Mexican POD. No.
And then RB is saying, thank you very much for your time and insight. Thank you. And Juna is asking, what else do you sell online besides t-shirts? all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I have sold. I think the only thing I have not sold is drugs. But um, I, for example, here's in Texas, there is something that that in groceries, for example, there are some products that are very regional, but there are customers for it all around the country, and you don't find them in stores. So I have sold a lot of Texas regional, meat seasoners that are for barbecue and grilling.
Mm-hmm.
I have sold, very specific Mexican groceries that I have bought from here, and like there was a pancake mix that you can buy in the store for $1.10, and you can sell it for $9.99 on Amazon. Uh,
Yes.
there is a bunch of different board games. All the time, toys. I am on gated in pretty much everything. The only toy that I cannot sell right now is LOL, and another crappy brand that I don't remember what it is, and I don't really care. But LOL is the only one that I cannot sell for some odd reason. And so I saw a lot of Hasbro toys, a lot of Mattel toys, a lot of independent toys. Um, but yes, clothing. I am on getting in pretty much every single clothing category. So I sell Nike, Reebok, Pumas, Calvin Klein, Tommy Hilfiger. There are some brands that I avoid, but mostly I make a lot of money with those specific brands. Nike is my favorite because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are not gated and not on gated on Nike.
Yeah. Do you
So,
sell shoes or?
no, I don't sell shoes. I had a very bad experience with shoes, and I don't sell underwear.
Mm.
One time I got a return and it was pooped, and since that day I'm like, no way. Uh,
You gotta write a book about all the stories because there's, oh my gosh, so many stories with online sales over the years, I bet.
oh, yeah. I mean, I won't get in some details on some, but I have seen the nastiest things, in returns. Yes. Yeah. Um, One time, so yes, I have sold pretty much anything that if I find in a decent volume size in a clearance section, and the margins are good and I can sell it, I buy it. Um, I have 2 Etsy stores that are only mine, but I have other 4 that are on partnerships. That they have different LLC names that they are connected with other people.
That's a whole nother topic to talk about on another show sometime, or is just partnerships. Like I really haven't gotten into that either. I mean, I have Christina helping me, like we work together with Merge Money, but I don't have any like partnerships with stores, Shopify stores or Etsy stores or things like that. How did you do that? Or how do you find people to do partnerships with? Is it just from Facebook groups and things like that, or from
Well, one story is actually I have a friend who has a 3D printer facility. He has about 40 different 3D printers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to deal with the selling. He just wants to print. So we have a 3D store. We have another one that has a print-on-demand facility. And every time he wants to test a product, I'm the one who tests them.
Mm-hmm.
So we have that store that we launch products that, used to see how they do in the market.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another one that is just an influencer that has their own brand, and they just want me to handle that for them. So
wow, well, that's a whole nother thing to explore at some point. I'll have to learn how to do all that. That's one thing that I really love about entrepreneurship and just print on demand and all of it. It's just there's so much to learn, so much to do. You never really get bored. Like there's always another direction you can go.
social media is an open directory. You can find partnerships 24/7 if you want.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just have to find the ones that are profitable. That is the most difficult.
Yes.
Somebody asked what was my top five board games. Where are we right now? Okay, yes. My top 5 board games. Okay, my number 1 board game is Star Wars Destiny. I play that every Wednesday. Even right now in lockdown, we play it still online. My second one is called Dice Forge. I love Dice Forge. The third one I would say is I like any Monopoly games. I love Monopoly. what is the other one? They have weird names. Oh, it's Stratego.
Stratego.
That one. That
I
one.
used to love that. I don't remember the last time I played that
We
game,
have
but
like 4 different versions of that one. We right now, my son and I are playing the Star Wars, the Transformers version, which is kind of like a variation to it. And right now I'm getting very hooked with Catan, the Lord of the Rings version, the Game of Thrones version. I'm sorry. So yeah, but I mean games change every single time.
yeah.
Um,
And then Teresa asked, are Legos and groceries still gated? I think so, right?
Lego is big time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to get into Lego, unless you were started selling Lego years ago, I don't think you can get in at all.
Yeah.
And they're always giving you slow. Like right now, we had to send them certificates of safety for each one of the Legos we have in stock, and we're no Lego, so right now we're having to find them.
Oh my gosh.
So Lego is. I mean, I know where to find
What
them.
about if it's if you had sold it in the past? Now I feel like I need to go log into FBA and see if they need me anything.
They sent an email about 2 weeks ago asking for the certifications. So they ask for one. I mean, you have an active listing, even if you have zero stock, they send you a request for those.
I'll have to check and see if I got any, because I used to sell Lego, but
grocery, I don't think is gated. Some brands of grocery are gated, but grocery is like a grocery you can get in, but some brands you have to ungate. As far as I know, I mean, I'm ungated, but I don't know.
Remember I had to do something to get ungated in groceries, but again, it was so long ago. I think I had to send in some receipts and then.
Yeah, we're going to some wholesale company that was giving like those invoices like pretty much for free.
Yeah.
I remember I bought like 100 Q-tips to get an invoice from one company.
Yes.
So that I got ungated literally by buying Q-tips. I know that wasn't Health. That was to get ungated on
I
Health.
think I did that too. Something very similar.
Just tips. No, I don't have Chicago Monopoly. I'm from Chicago though, but I don't have Chicago Monopoly.
Well, I think that's about it. We hit the hour. So is there any last things you want to say or anything that we forgot to talk about or didn't mention?
I guess about my last meal. Oh. I don't know.
Or anything else that you want to say about your course or about your group or anything like that?
I mean, it seems that based on the people that was watching today, everybody's actually killing it right now on Etsy. So the ones that aren't want to watch the recording, I really suggest get on it. I mean, you don't take it from me. Look at all the comments. Every single one that actually commented. I don't think we read one comment that said, I'm happy to 0 sales. Everybody's getting something. And a lot of people saying it's on fire.
Yeah.
Probably it's late for Mother's Day, but people are still in COVID, stage face masks, stuff like that. People are still interested in those. Anything having to do. I mean, the summer is here. Kids need to, kids are growing. And they're coming out of these jackets and all this stuff, and they need shirts. So parents need to spend money on kids as well. So get on those as well. Babies are still being born, and people are not going to Babies R Us anymore because it's kind of gone. So there is product to be bought for them. So, and there's Father's Day right around the corner. So I mean, you have a lot of opportunity, and people right now are going straight to Etsy because Amazon doesn't have that much inventory. They've been focusing in specific areas. One thing I'm grateful right now for Amazon is that all the product that has been stuck there for a year or so that didn't sell has been selling right now because people are lacking options. They're like, well, this shirt is kind of ugly, but I'm going to buy it. And I'm like, thank you, because it's been stuck there forever. I'm not making a lot of money out of these, but I'm recovering cash, which is amazing for me. Printful, eBay integration. I've been hearing people are having great success right now because people are also going to eBay to purchase. I tried eBay about 2 years ago. It wasn't the best for me. but I've been hearing that people are having great success right now on eBay and print on demand because of the same deal. People are buying, they're finding whatever they can find on eBay. Uh, I don't know the other ones, the Mercari and all these little things. I never done them, so I don't have the patience for apps. But right now, it's money to be made. It shouldn't be any excuse. There's a lot of bored people, and there's a lot of cash right now out there. There is people spending money, and I mean, I've been hearing like comments from you know that this is better than quarter four for most people, and we never get better than quarter four in April. April is usually very crappy for us, and right now it's we're talking about record numbers. So like somebody just sent me yesterday this from their Shopify store, a $22,000 day.
Wow, amazing.
So it's I mean it's just fire everywhere. So right now it's no excuses. I mean, I know there's a bunch of memes saying, "Hey, what are you? How are you gonna come out of these? You're not doing nothing. There's no excuse for you to be learning." Yeah, whatever. Uh, Entrepreneurs, we don't need to have excuses to make money, and we all became entrepreneurs because we wanted to make more money that we were making at a job. From and one thing I learned, for all these years in working corporate America, is that unless you're a CEO of Coca-Cola, you'll never become a millionaire in salary. And the only way to do it is being an entrepreneur and finding solutions to the needs. And when you find needs, the money starts. When you find a way to satisfy a need, money starts coming to your pocket. If you're selling just to make money, you will never sell. Money doesn't work that way. Money comes when you satisfy a need. So always think about what need are you going to satisfy? What is your customer need? Even if they're bored, they need to satisfy something. So once you start thinking about your customer, the customer is going to give you their money. And that is how things work. You have to give something that they want, need, or desire. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. And a lot of people forget about that. They design for them and they design what they want. They don't think about what the customer wants. And that is not how things operate. At the same time, you need to remove the mentality that not because you don't want to spend money today, it doesn't mean that 300 million Americans don't want to. A lot of people want to. And you don't need 300 million Americans buying from you. You can make 1,000 Americans to buy from you, giving you $5 each one of them. That's $5,000 every single month. You need to start thinking about how many of those you need every month instead of thinking how many there are people buying. You don't need everybody to buy from you. You don't need a very, 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 very insignificant percentage of the population to buy something for you on a consistent basis. And that is how you make money. So I mean, right now it's a big opportunity. Go and take it.
Perfect ending. I love it. Thank you so much, Fernando.
Pleasure, anytime.
All right. Thank you all for watching too. And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.